What's up, everybody? It's your boy G Waters. We're back with another episode. And this week we have the talented Mr. Omar Wilson. Welcome to the Solo Streets, my brother.
Peace, man. It's my honor, my blessing. My brother, what's cracking with you?
Oh my God. Everything is going good. Everything's going good. You've been doing a lot of great things. Been following your career since A Man's World. And you've been doing your thing. You got the Secret Garden classic that you made a classic over with some more legendary artists. I mean, you just been doing a lot. You got a song with the legendary great icon, Miss Angie Stone, that's pushing right now. I mean, where do we begin? So I think the best place to begin is at the beginning. Where did it start from?
Man, you know what? I think the beginning is when you think about the conception of who you are, and you believe in your greatness. It's only a matter of time, and you put the hard work in. You know, it's that saying. I know it's kind of corny. If you build it, they will come. But it's the same thing, man. When you build a certain situation, the energy that vibrates in that same realm will attract itself to you. So just hearing you say that, it's like, you know what? That's amazing, because at the time I was just doing it. But now that I look at it, that's how you know God is involved, because it's all a master plan.
Definitely. Like how long from your start, how long did it take you to get to how many years in between did it take you to get to those good collabs?
Oh man. I started singing when I was 7. I mean, before professionally, probably about 23, 24. So man. I mean, it's just been acquiring the vibe throughout the whole journey. That's it.
Nice. Well, it's definitely been a journey. So what's been a journey? Like, how did you get your start?
Started in church, man. My mom put me in the choir at 6 years old. 7, I started singing solos. That's kind of what first got me the understanding of what music does for people, especially when you're giving your all to it.
And with a voice like yours, we got to shout out the church. So what was the church that was blessed to get that anointing?
Oh, Calvary Baptist Church, Norwalk, Connecticut.
Okay.
Thank you to everybody else a part of me becoming who I am.
That's what's up. You remember your first solo?
My first solo was Running Back to You by Commission.
Oh, man.
And I was 7. And it's crazy because the choir director had to hold my hand, because when I had sung prior to doing that, everyone started crying. And I thought I did something wrong at first. You know what I mean? And she was like, no, this is how the Spirit moves someone when you're giving everything you have. Man. So yeah, and even now, man, I mean, Running Back to You, man, if you don't know that song, make sure you look it up, because it's essential to survival in this world.
Definitely. And some people are gonna think Vanessa Williams Running Back to You, but no, Commission.
No, Commission. Commission to gods, man.
Yes, I mean, Commission is just classic anyway. So it's like, if you're a true gospel music fan and just a real music lover, you should have some Commission in your catalog, in your playlist.
Correct.
So,
because you know what? It was like, even though it was classified as gospel, it was just survival music. It was inspirational.
Yeah.
Platforms that you needed to get you through your day.
Definitely. Yeah, Commission was amazing. I always liked, of course, the Winans as well. Like there was a lot of great artists back then doing that good old gospel. Like that era of gospel music was timeless.
Timeless.
Oh my God. So from there, from Commission, what was where did you go next?
Okay, so at about in like my mid-20s, I started rapping. My cousins had a rap group called The Lost Souls.
Okay.
So I was inspired by them, because they left from where we were in Norwalk, Connecticut, and started traveling over the world, living their dream. So I started rapping. I was inspired by them. They allowed me to be on one of their singles, and then I became one of the members of the group, and that's what started my journey. So initially, it was rap that thrust me into the music industry, being a professional and really knowing what that grind is about.
Right. Okay. Nice. So how did y'all did performances and stuff like that in the studio, recording music?
A lot of performances. An album came out, and I think 97, 98. It was called Soul Talk, Lost Souls, the group. And how I transitioned back into singing, I would I started writing hooks, and then I started writing songs over rap beats. Moved back to New York City, started performing at showcases, and I started singing over rap beats, and that's what kind of transitioned me back into singing.
Nice. And then you won the Apollo 3 times. Like what was the first time you won the Apollo? Like, I mean, 3 times is crazy. Like that.
So first of all, I remember I did an interview one time, and the cat was like, the Apollo Theater, what's that?
Huh? Who is that?
Yo, I was gonna, of course, gotta be cordial during the interview, but I was like, I'm about to cut this interview right now.
Oh my God! What is that? Who's in another country?
I mean, I don't even remember. I don't want to remember because the brother had no education of music. So how are you even interviewing someone about music when you don't know what the Apollo Theater is? There would be no The Voice or the all these different factions that allow talent to be presented to the world wouldn't be here without the Apollo. You know what I mean?
Do you remember if he was black or not?
I think he was non-black. You know what I'm saying?
Well, then I can possibly understand. just a little bit. Just a little bit.
We're gonna go with non-black on that one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're gonna hope so. We're gonna hope our culture knows the Apollo. You know what I'm saying? That's just ludicrous. Too many generations have come out the Apollo to not know. Even if you've never been, you gotta know that it exists. You gotta know what it stands for.
Correct.
At the least, if you're black.
Correct.
And if you don't,
the Apollo stands for, if the people do not vibe you, then maybe it's not worthy.
You gotta go.
And don't get me wrong, there's been some legends that's been booed at the Apollo.
But in that moment, they had to go.
In that moment, they had to go. And I'm just blessed to be one of the ones that didn't have to go.
I'm blessed to be one that went, but I didn't go that route. I just went to enjoy the show.
Now that we're speaking on it, I'm revisiting it, right? Like after speaking about it, I remember the first time I went on, and I'm sitting behind the velvet curtain, and it was a young lady, probably about like 14, 15, that went on before me. She started singing. She got into the middle of her set, and he started booing.
Oh God.
They booed her off. She comes running by me, crying. And I'm looking, and I'm like, if they booed the little girl, yo, so just to see, and it was like I said, you know, it's vicious, but at the end of the day, it builds character. Because it's not about disrespect, it's about, if you want to come out into this world and say you're going to give something that the world can digest and feel like it needs to keep within their person, you got to come with something special.
You definitely do. You definitely do. That's a great breakdown of experiencing that. Yeah, because if it's not something, it starts in that room, but you got to bring it. You got to bring it.
Got to bring it, man.
You got to bring it. So what was your winning song at the Apollo?
I was blessed to. It's crazy because I'm recalling it as we're talking, so don't mind me if I keep looking around. Like
we want the history, so we want to go back. We want the history.
Yeah, man. Because I'm recalling as it happened. So I was doing showcases in New York, and at that time I had 2 songs that were doing well. There was one, Mrs. Survival, and The Good Life. So I went from going to showcases in Brooklyn, the Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, Jersey, you know what I mean? Going on last, paying to get on, whatever, and I just kept grinding, getting my name out there. So I had auditioned for the Apollo. It was like probably about 500 people. We're in the whole Apollo. They got the whole thing, all tiers covered, and you go do your little thing, whatever. So I didn't get picked. And then one of the major showcase promoters in New York City still is Maria Davis.
Oh yeah, that's Maria. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so Maria Davis, that's like my second mother. You know what I mean? So,
okay.
So I had frequent her showcase, won the showcase. She seen me come from.
She was at the Soul Cafe, right? That's when she was at Soul Cafe.
Soul Cafe with Malik Yoban on them.
Yeah.
See, all right. How about, okay, you know your history, you know. I mean, I think La Perla is still there, but you know what I mean? Right across the street on that block. So boom. So Miss Hurley was running the Apollo at that time. And I guess they were looking for a soul slot. So I auditioned, whatever, I didn't make it. Months went by. I did her showcase. I think it was in Harlem at that time at the Shrine, when she still at the Shrine.
Okay. Yeah,
all right, boom.
That now.
And she called me and said, they have this slot. Go in. These are the only songs you can sing. So I think it was like 2 other songs, and the third song was Donny Hathaway, The Song for You. I picked that one.
That's a good one.
It was a good one. But once I really, because I picked it in the beginning because the lyrics were sporadically placed, so it was easy for me to learn.
Oh, okay. But
then
when I had
to digest the song, I said, "Oh my God!"
You remember the other songs they had to choose from?
I don't.
Okay.
It was 2 other ones though, but I think it was the wordage. The wordage was, it was too many words. I was like, I need something. I've been so many places.
Yeah, let that voice sit in on it.
Right. It was. So that's the song I chose. I remember coming to the first audition, and I had the song written down on paper because I did not rehearse it enough to have it in my mind. And my brother, I got on stage and started singing at the audition with the paper, right? So Miss Hurley walks on stage. She was like, wait a minute. This is Donny Hathaway. Do you know what he means to the Apollo? How dare you get on this stage singing with a paper in your hand? Ray Chu and the crew in the background playing at that time. She took me down into the bowels of the Apollo, made me sing a song for you like 20 times so I got it right. And then brought me back up. Made me do my thing. After everybody left, told me the importance and the history of it and that song and who he is and was and what happened to him. And that's what started making me take it serious, man. Like, damn.
Man, yeah.
And I ended up winning that night. I won that night, and that's what I remember hugging her and thanking her. And she was, and when I thanked her, she almost looked at me like, "Yo, man, you have it.
Stop playing.
Stop playing. No more games." So that's deep. That as we're talking about it, I'm reliving it because it's
that's a moment. That's an incredible moment because you put in the work. Like, you know what I mean? Salute to you for being humble enough to receive that lesson. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of people like, I ain't doing that, but that's dope that you saw, that you listened. You know?
I think, you know what? Shout out to New York City because I had did so many showcases prior to that, and the grind at that. Like I keep saying, whoever has footage of the 2000s showcase movement is going to make a lot of money. I wish I still have all of my recordings because that was the lifeblood for a lot of artists, from Nicki Minaj to Chrisette Michelle. Like, it's a lot of artists that we was just in the grind. You would do a showcase in the Bronx. You would meet a promoter from Jersey that was doing a showcase. Do a showcase in Jersey. Meet a promoter from Brooklyn, from that show, do a showcase in Brooklyn. Yo, son, it was times where I was doing like 4 shows a week. I'm from Connecticut. I'm driving an hour, not getting paid, sometimes paying to get on stage just to get in front of so-called A&Rs, and this one's from Pepsi, and that one works for Universal. This one, Russell Simmons is whatever. Sometimes they just be hustling like, nigga, this dude over here, he just a chef. This dude just, but it don't matter. You so hungry to get on the stage and hear your voice and it sound right. You in New York City. So that was my life for like years, man. But
how important now what you know about showcases? Like how important was the showcase time frame for you and your growth as an artist? Like, because some people get tired of it before they reach any success. Some people thug their way through and they find out if they stay on and they have talent and they keep pushing and believing in themselves, they see themselves outside of that. They start getting blessings outside of the typical showcases. So
correct.
How what you know about showcases are all the bootleg A&Rs and people that be on these events.
Right.
Like in the midst of all that, how important was just the show important to your grind to be able to showcase your music to different people?
Well, first of all, I believe I am showcasing.
Talk about it.
Like we talk about faces in the crowd.
Yeah, okay. That was at Times Square, right?
Okay, big game. I won the first Faces in the Crowd.
Wow.
I remember when Faces in the Crowd was in a small club with 20 people and 10 artists. But Kedar Massenberg was there.
Mm-hmm.
And who's the cat that managed Joe? That found
Kedar.
That Joe. Oh, Kedar. Okay, Kedar. Okay, Joe and the So Kedar was there at that time. And this is when it first started. God rest his soul, Jay Hatch. You know what I mean? Jay Hatch.
Yeah, Jay Hatch, yep.
Okay, Jay Hatch, that's my brother. You know what I mean? Like I said, I won the first showcase. Jay Hatch, Reality, Shalon, like.
Yeah, Shalon,
like,
yep.
I was one of the first people to give them bread. Like to pay for that venue. And
right.
You know, once I learned to hustle, so Faces in the Crowd, what's Jesse Atkinson that did at BB King's.
Right, okay.
The showcase there. I got like 4 awards from him. So when the showcase market was developing in New York City, I was at the cusp of it. You know what I mean? My man Mental Supreme, he was doing Mental Supreme, that's my dude. Like from the beginning, he was doing it was Nightingale.
He was on the Pyramid.
He was Club Pyramid. So Omar Wilson, I was Omar Wilson, man. I was Mr. Survival back then. I was the only cat from Connecticut coming to Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, Jersey, killing shit. I became the dude from Connecticut. They're like, yo, you from the Bronx, you from Queens? And I ended up just moving because there was no movement in my state. So I had to make a name. So like I am part of that history. And no one has done like you said, like the M2 Lounge, M1 Lounge. I think Nikki put it in one of her rhymes. Me and her used to do the showcases before she was even Nicki Minaj. Like me and Brissette Michelle came up doing showcases together. So it was such an important part of the cultivation of not only who you are as an artist, but the environment. It's almost like the gym. Like I'm a fanatic gym individual. Like not because of just the physical attributes of the gym and to keep healthy, but the energy, man. The energy and the vibe. It's always high energy. It's always positive, and that's what the showcase market was back then. Yeah, of course, it was a hustle. It was just that, the third, the fourth, and the fifth, but it still cultivated some amazing artists, and it still does to this day.
Sure.
And it was the boot camp for everything, man. And I'm thinking as I'm talking, so don't mind. Like
no problem.
Like it was everything. It created Omar Wilson. Period. So every showcase there is, I've been a part of it. I've won the awards. I started out going in last, no one knowing me, to walking in first and winning every award, man. So
man,
I thank God for New York City and for the showcases in the 2000s. Without that, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, well, thank you for putting in the work. For there can be so showcases still. You know what I mean? Stories like yours inspire more showcases and speaks to the importance of a showcase for artists that may get discouraged on this journey. Because I was doing showcases at one point. I'll probably get back into it.
Oh,
But
Underground Music Awards.
yeah, I was gonna ask you about the Underground Music Award. Yeah,
I got like 5 of those. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Jesse Atkinson. I remember when we first started, son. The first one, I was performing it was like a 12 by 5. It was
so you were doing. You remember Tiffany Mignon?
everybody.
She was. You remember you know Amadeus?
Amadeus, come on. Before any award, before he did Touch for Marion and all that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Brand. I mean, he's doing great things now. But yes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Everybody, Amadeus. What was my man that did production for Jay-Z? Jimi Kendrix.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Nice. So you was a part of that.
I'm a part of that lineage, okay. Man. Like Francesca Spiro used to move me around. You know what I mean? Francesca Spiro is the lady that, you know, helped Puff Star Bad Boy. You know what I mean? So I've been from the beginning. It's from the beginning, man. When the showcase market was first birthed, that's why I made my bones, so to say.
Nice. So what would you say was the turning point from you past the showcase? After the showcase, what was your turning point to go into the next level?
Starting to be able to collaborate with artists like Angie Stone. Mm-hmm. I have a record with DMX. Just understanding that you can reach as high as you want if you believe you deserve to be there.
That's a fact. So how did what made you do the Secret Garden, and then what made you pick the artist that was on it with you?
Prior to doing Secret Garden, I did a rendition of James Brown's A Man's World with Al Green's original band, the High Records Band, in Memphis, Al Green studio, and I was blessed to record my version of A Man's World on Al Green's mic number 9, like the mic that's only for Al. So I used that whole scape to present to labels like, you know, this is the record, this is how it was done. It's live, horns, strings. It was done as eclectic as possible, you know what I mean, from that era. And I got crickets. Like, nobody want to hear that. I'm like, yo, but this is James Brown's A Man's World. I dared to even do a rendition of this caliber. So after not getting the response that I thought I would get, I knew I had to do something that was so impactful that it would either make or break my career. And when I did my research, like the record Secret Garden is that record. Like it's so emotionally attached to so many people, man. Like kids have been made on that record. Relationships that are together or separated were created off that record. So, you know what I mean? It had to be done correctly. So that was the first initial step, to do something that would finally allow the world to know who Omar Wilson is.
You definitely did it. So how did you pick the artists to be on it?
I mean, the universe.
Raheem DeVaughn, Shawn Stockman, Boyz II Men, Sisqo, those are like some dope choices and voices to be on the track. Like, you know what I mean? Like both they're like high caliber, but humble choices. You know what I mean? Like it makes sense. Like it made great sense.
Right. Well, I want to thank God always, because, you know, he's always the grand architect of everything. But I had met Raheem DeVaughn in 2019. I was nominated for an NAACP Image Award for Most Dynamic Artist. And when I linked with the brother, you know, I mean, I always appreciated, loved, and saluted his music. So at that time, it was like, yo, let's exchange information and, you know, maybe collaborate on something in the future. So when the track was done and I heard it, he was the first person I reached out to.
Okay.
We sent him the track. He recorded his vocals, and they were so dynamic that was like, okay, damn, this is a record. So I definitely knew I wanted to do James Ingram's part. It was always near and dear to who I am. It fit my voice and my tonality, and I just loved the verse. So at that time, my publicist was Shawn Stockman's publicist. So he was the one that was like, I could reach out. I'm like, man, are you kidding me? I was like, no brainer. I was like, saying, yo, we're gonna get Michael Jordan on the court. All right, so okay, so we got Jordan. So you already know what time it is. So then after that, my manager knew Sisqo's manager, and of course, once he knew who was on the record, I mean, of course, I'm the sixth man, so to speak, but
right, I get you.
It's already a decorated cast, and he was like, yo, I'm in. And
yeah, that was a dope. That was a dope cast.
Also, it was during the pandemic, at the height of the pandemic, so no one was working as well. So that kind of was like, that also gave it like a even more of a push to get it done.
Okay. Yeah, that y'all did an amazing job. We doing that song, and the video is dope too.
Thank you, sir. Oh, shout out to Derek. Derek Blanks did the video, extraordinaire. Can't wait for him to do a whole bunch of more videos for me.
Definitely. So then, after Secret Garden, you have Get to Know You now. So with the late great Angie Stone. I mean, I know that's just a shocking that what happened to her. I actually met her husband, the ex-husband, last week. So I was like, man, I'm about to interview a brother that has a song with Angie. I was like, what's going on? I mean, I'm like getting close to the queen. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So, what was it like working, knowing her and getting to know her, recording getting to know you, and the whole experience?
Well, one is crazy how the name is just. I mean, get to know you. Everybody you want to get to know someone better. You want to learn more about someone. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Just the name, when someone's like, how. Every time I do an interview, they mention the title of the song. Man, one, I had the record for a minute, and I wanted to put it out at a special point. I just didn't want it to be at a sad juncture in time like it is. And, shout out to, her family and her friends, man. And I just look forward to make sure I do my part to make sure it can live forever. And it was an amazing experience, man. Like, I heard the beat, I wrote the hook in the first 8 bars. And initially the first person I thought of was Angie. And at that time, I had different management, but they knew Angie's manager. And once we got the business and everything situated, we flew down to Atlanta. I believe she was already there. I had recorded the parts that I had. She came in, and I mean, from off the rip, like, just started bopping. The hugs, the introduction, asked where Pat and the pen was, and just got right into it. And it was like the homie and the homegirl, just vibing, you know what I mean? So it was very organic. She gave of herself. She let me know that, you know what I mean, we are artists on the same level. And it was an amazing experience, man. Not only a teaching experience, but just to be a part of another legend, man, and learn from a legend. And that's what they say. They say to become legendary, you must learn from legends. So
definitely,
I thank her for being a part of this record that I believe is going to go to #1 and win a Grammy.
I'm wishing and supporting it so that I can add my 2 cents to it. I think it should happen.
Thank you, sir.
It definitely should happen. Definitely should happen. So, who were some of your vocal influences coming up?
Man, see, for me, I think in the beginning, because I transitioned from singing to rap, I was more into rap. Like, it was more, that was my thing. And when I transitioned back, it was more people, places, and things.
What you mean?
Like it was the environment that I was in. It was seeing what people was going through. that's what charged my aggression and my passion for wanting to sing with everything I got. You know what I mean? Because I traveled a lot when I was young. And then as I started singing, I learned that my voice is like this one. When people say, that reminds me of David Ruffin, or that sounds like Teddy Pendergrass, or that reminds me of Otis Redding, I would do the research, and then that would give me more of an understanding of what my voice is. So in the beginning, it wasn't like I want to sing like this one or I'm inspired by that one. I was just doing my thing, and from seeing and living life and going through the experiences and the struggles that I went through, I sung from the passion.
Okay. So you don't have like the typical story where, oh, I listened to Luther, I listened to this person and this person, like, so yours was more based off, like you said, experience and what was going on in the moment.
Right. If I listened to it, was like Pac, like Tupac was and still is, like, you know what I mean, one of my biggest musical inspiration. So the veracity, the intensity, the intent, the education, the understanding, the spirituality, it all came from that individual.
Nice.
And then once I learned, like when I got with my label, BSC Recording, shout out to my big homie Lou Humphreys, and we endeavored, especially on the Classics album, and he was like, yo, you could sing Teddy Pendergrass, you could sing David Ruffin, you could sing Donny Hathaway, you could sing Sam Cooke, you could sing James Brown, you could sing Eddie Levert, you could sing Alexander O'Neal.
Oh man.
It's like, and I'm like, yeah, man, but I just want to do my original stuff and I just want to write songs. He like, nah, brother, do you understand there's only maybe 10 people on the planet that could sing those records and represent them in a way where people even feel remotely the way they felt when they sung it. That's almost unheard of. So we have to do this. We have to reinvigorate a feeling that needs to be felt by a new generation. And I got the education myself on who these individuals still are to this day. And that's why there will never be, like, there's people there ain't too many people that can even sing David Ruffin or Teddy Pendergrass.
Let me ask you, when you did the Bobby Womack, If You Think You're Lonely Now, that was on the Classics album, right?
Yes, sir, Bobby Womack.
Yeah, so when you got introduced to do these songs, you wasn't familiar with the artist itself at that time, and you researched each and every artist on that whose song you covered at that time?
I was familiar with the songs. I was familiar with the artists, but not the in-depth understanding of how important, how royal, and how much of juggernauts they are.
Right.
And how when you say their name, understand what you're saying.
These are soul brothers. Number one.
I got the full blown, like, yo, watch it. Like once again, yo, man, yo, stop playing. Stop playing.
You are that Classics album is a family of soul brothers that you covered.
Of soul brothers that deserve the highest level of vocal respect known to man.
Yes, definitely.
Like Teddy, when he sang, as my big homie was like, yo, listen to this, man. I'm listening, fully like, wait, yo, what is this? And then as my vibration higher and I was able to understand, it's like being enlightened. That's what being enlightened is all about. Once I started becoming enlightened, he like, see? I'm like, yo, did you hear that? He like, come on, man. I just told you. But now that you understand, you like, it's like Michael Jordan dunking from the foul line. even if someone can do it to this day, it didn't look like poetry in motion. It didn't look like a work of art. So that's what it was. And he's like, and God's blessed you to be able to have this ability without you even knowing you can do it? Man, stop playing. Stop playing.
Get in that studio.
Okay, get back in the booth right now. We're doing 10 more records. Like, yeah, I don't want to do no more, man.
That was motivation right there.
Yes, man. So shout out to BSC Recordings, my big homie Lou Humphreys, man.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to him.
Seeing the forest for the trees, you heard?
Facts. So I mean, now, I know you're pushing to get to know you right now, and is there anything in the works that you're looking forward to that's to come?
Yeah, so I was in the process. My first album is, my newest album is called Iconic. We're working on the Iconic album. Okay. The first single is called The Bad Ones. That was released like mid-February. A sexy record, about, those baddies that you can't live without. Sometimes you don't need them in your life, man, but the bad ones, man. God damn. So we were in the process about shooting a video for that and campaigning that record and letting everybody know Omar Wilson is back and the new album is going to be cracking this summer. A couple more singles going to be jumping from that. But then the unfortunate incident that happened with Angie, we kind of just stopped everything and said, now we got to put this record out and make this the spring and summer banger and make sure that Angie lives forever. She will always live forever, but definitely. I believe I might have the last collaboration.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, how does it feel to have one of the last recordings? Like that. I mean, because you dropped the single the day of her service, right? It came out
I believe like a week before.
A week before the service.
Yeah, like a soft release.
Yeah. So what's been like? What does that even feel like? Seeing the impact that, I mean, she had an impact while she was here, but seeing how crazy her impact was after she passed away, like. I mean, that's got to be one of the most tragic, this year, one of the most tragic losses in R&B in the music world. I mean, because it was just so unexpected. Like every year, there's someone that we lose that's like unexpected and really touches the heartstrings in our souls and stuff like. So that's how Angie's passing affected me. So, but for you to have worked with her and get to know her and know that this song's in the pipeline and it's coming out, and then that happens, like, what was that like for you?
Man, well, to keep it 100,000, I was actually in the cemetery, going to visit my mom. My mom passed a couple of days before Thanksgiving, recently, and I was looking on Instagram as we were pulling up, and I saw it. I was with my son, and I was like, "Yo," I showed him, and it was surreal in a bunch of ways. One, because I was already at the cemetery, and two, because of the event. So still right now, man, I mean, I'm mourning as it is,
Yeah.
So it was unexplainable. Unexplainable, man. Unexplainable, man. Especially at that juncture in time. And I just knew that it was time to represent her to the fullest. And I really feel like
song is a banger.
And it's like and it's surreal and it's sad but happy. It's like, damn, as much as I love the song and I know it's gonna go platinum and we want it to win a Grammy, y'all. Please support this record. Not only, for her, for me, for R&B, for soul music.
No, it's a great record. So I mean, it's a dope record. So it definitely needs to be supported. Like if she was still here, the song would still need to be supported, and she would be supporting it because it's that you could tell that the recording of it that she was involved in it.
Man.
Like, it wasn't just like a song. But all your songs, all your collaborations sound like everybody wanted to be there. You know what I mean? Like
correct. They would just get a check.
Yeah. Some people. That's what I meant when I said like nice choices, good choices, because you could some people go for the top of the top, and they are the top of the top. But it's like sometimes it just don't mesh. Like it doesn't fit. Mm-hmm. But your collaborations make sense. Like.
Well, I've always, and you could look at interviews from 15, 20 years from right now. And I've always said, I want to create, sing, do renditions of music that stand the test of time, that live forever. Because they say, you know what I mean? You can live forever, man, if you do it right, man, depending on how you move while you're moving.
That's a fact.
People will never forget you because there are things to never forget. So thank you for being the confirmation that I'm doing the right thing, man.
Definitely, definitely. How do you feel your legacy speaks today? Like, what do you feel, everything that you've been able to accomplish thus far, what would you say your legacy has been so far?
Man, tenacity, self-love. Like, it's been a time where they be like, yo, he arrogant, he this, he think he that, nah, man, you gotta believe you are something, achieve it, allow people to debate it. I don't mind. Think what you want, have your opinion. That's the whole point. I know I'm certified, signed, sealed, and delivered. So, you know what I mean?
As they say, you say, I'm him.
Yeah, man. And they say that it's not arrogance, it's confidence.
Yeah.
The confidence is in the training and the hard work. And I put in everything that you could put in to be a champion, to be an A-list star, to be a legend. You know what I mean? So all I can say is believe. First, keep God first. Pray God, Jesus every day. Pray as much as you can breathe. But put the work in. Believe you are great or no one else will.
Facts. Well, you are definitely one of the voices to continue to support in this R&B genre and beyond. Just a great voice in music. So I'm thankful that you switched from rap to go to sing. And who knows, you may come back with a few bars.
Thank God. Oh, I got a couple things in the power. You know me.
Once a rapper, always a rapper. You always
that's right. It's just like riding a bike. It's like boxing. It's anything. The hand still works, huh?
Facts. So, what advice would you give anyone you gave some good advice just then. Put God first and all that, which is the main thing. But what advice would you give artists in that showcase arena now that may be feeling discouraged? They feel like they're tired of doing shows. They tired of giving promoters their money. There's never no one there. It's only their people there. Like, all speaking to that part, being that you come from that grind. What advice, and you've made it out, like what advice would you give an artist, rapper, singer that's on that grind today, that's hoping to be able to accomplish what you've accomplished from starting from that place?
The adversity is part of the success. The loneliness. There's been many times I rode back from Connecticut. It was an hour drive every time, no matter where I went in New York. I didn't win. I didn't sing that good. I dropped the mic. I went on number 45th. And we got there on time. We was there for 5 hours before I even went on. It's
big sound checks.
Hey, yo, 30 sound checks. Then someone come through. They singing next. Everybody leaving. A&R's gone. I'm in Brooklyn. I got a 2-hour ride back. I'm in Jersey. It was part of the grind. I remember I did Maria Davis showcase, and she can be in a testament to this, right? I was supposed to go on. I didn't sell out my tickets. Everybody was leaving. I had like 15 people with me from Connecticut. I'm like, yo, we out. I got mad. She called me like 2 days later, why you leave? I'm like, yo, because you put me on. It was only like 4 people left. There was only 3 people there. I had my people there for 2 hours. Like, first of all, you didn't sell your tickets. Second of all, remember, Omar, sometimes it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. Every single A&R and label rep stayed to the end. That might have been your shot. But because you thought there was no one there, you left. Sometimes it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. And from that day on, whether it was 2 people in the crowd or 20,000, I sung the same way, I sing the same way. I give every fiber of my being. Because not only do you not know who's there that could help transition your situation, take you to the next level, you don't know who's listening that's inspired by you to help them live another day.
Yeah. That's it right there.
That's it, man.
You gotta stay on. You got to. So basically, just don't quit. Stay the course.
If you keep moving, you'll keep moving.
So that was that seemed like
if
that
you
must
don't
have been like,
stop, you can't be stopped. I mean, it's easy, man.
Just don't stop.
Just don't stop. What's Nike's slogan?
Can't stop.
Nope.
Oh man, Nike slogan.
Nike slogan.
Hey, I'm asking the questions.
Just do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Well,
wow, yeah.
I don't know. You think? Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. If it work, if it don't work, if they laugh, if you fall, just do it. How do you just do it? But just do it. That's what I keep saying. Do it. That's all. I'm known for doing it. There's songs that I recorded in the day and I performed in that night. Yo, give me a show version of it. Turn the hooks up. Give me a quick master on it. Just recorded it. I don't care. I want to perform it tonight. Who does that? Me. Just do it.
What has been your biggest lesson that you've learned on this journey?
Everyone's like you. Don't care about what nobody think. At the Apollo, when I was at the tip of the stage, and Miss Kathy's like the person that brings you around. Yeah, Miss Kathy. Shout out to Miss Kathy. Gets you ready. So she's standing there. I'm nervous. She was like, yo, remember, everyone out there is just like you. And at the end of the day, it's only you and God. You make him proud, he'll make everybody else proud. He's in control. It's just you and God, yo. Stop playing.
Man. So listen, everybody, continue to get to know this brother. The single's called Get to Know You. It's featuring Angie Stone. He also has Secret Garden out that features Sisqo, Shawn Stockman, and Raheem DeVaughn.
Yes,
Man's World got the classics album. He got this music out there just for you to fall in love with and just to jam to. And just to support. If you just love good R&B music and great voices, this is a brother you definitely want to support and put on your playlist because he got the fire. He got the fire. He got the fire. How can people find you on social media?
We got on Instagram, it's Omar Wilson 1. On Facebook and X, Omar Wilson, and TikTok, Omar Wilson King, all one word. And my website is owilson.com. And of course, Google my name, Omar Wilson. A lot of amazing things will pop up, interviews, especially ones like this one.
Great. This is a dope way to start Black History Music Month. You will be the first artist that I'm showcasing on the platform for June, because that is Black History Month, as we know it to be. So yes, it's an honor to have you, to have such rich R&B loyalty from your gift to your talent to your personality, just everything that you've been bringing to the people. You know, it's an honor to have you tell your story on the Solar Streets for this segment of Solar Streets. You know,
man, I'm from the streets and I'm from the soul. So, and I am the Black Sinatra. So, man, it was an honor, man. I appreciate love and support, man. Salute and blessings, man. Look forward to shopping with you soon.
Definitely. Be safe out there and continue to bless the world with that gift.
Thank you, sir. Bless.